A jury last week found Marco Perez guilty of murdering a Mobile police officer, Sean Tudor. They then sentenced Perez to death. So the case is over, right? Well, apparently not quite. Prosecutors raised some procedural questions, and the judge has scheduled a hearing for next month. Fox 10 News' Brendan Kirby covered that trial for us. He now joins us live here in studio at the News Center. And Brendan, this is not going to change the verdict itself, right?
No, it shouldn't, Byron. Under a law passed in 2017, the jury's decision in capital murder cases is final. But it is delaying Perez's transfer to death row. That's something that both his lawyers and prosecutors want to happen as soon as possible. Under Alabama's old capital murder law, the sentencing decision of the jury was just a recommendation. The judge either could accept or change that recommendation for the death penalty or life without parole. Either way, the judge had to write a detailed order laying out the aggravating factors and then explain why they outweighed the mitigating factors or vice versa. Mobile County Circuit Judge Ben Brooks was about to formally impose the jury's verdict, but prosecutor Ashley Rich expressed concern the verdict might be overturned if the judge didn't write an extensive sentencing order. Judge Brooks questioned that, since the legislature removed that whole section of the law several years ago. But out of an abundance of caution, he scheduled a hearing for March 6th to consider whether he can simply ratify the jury's decision to execute Marco Antonio Perez for the death of Officer Sean Tudor. Either way, defense attorney Dennis Nisley agrees, Judge Brooks can't change the jury's decision.
For that time, it was a jury recommendation of a sentence. Now, since 2017, the jury does in fact impose the sentence as opposed to the judge having a discretion to override the sentence. So it's the jury imposes the sentence now.
Nisley told the judge last week that Perez, who's had problems with other inmates at Mobile County Metro Jail, wants to be transferred to Holman Correctional Facility as soon as possible. Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch expressed security concerns as well. Nisley noted that Perez was segregated from the general population even before the jury decided his punishment.
They had already moved his stuff to a more isolated situation. I think that is because the capital murder conviction got returned.
There are a few loose ends to tie up, including several pending charges arising from confrontations since Perez has been locked up awaiting trial. Mobile County District Attorney Keith Blackwood says he'll make a decision about those.
We have the option to try him for those cases. He got the death penalty, so there's not much more that can be done to him.
This was the first capital murder trial in Mobile County since the legislature changed the law, but there are a handful of others that have come out of other counties. The Alabama Court of Criminal Appeals wrote in August in an appeal of one of those convictions that the judge was not required to make specific findings of fact since the sentencing was up to the jury. Reporting live from the News Center, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.